Hi Capricorn, welcome to your October 2017 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. And as I've been saying with some of the other signs, if you're looking for just a pure love reading, you can look on my channel. I've already posted the October ones. So just shuffling the cards. Of course, if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. It'll take you to RenaMoonAstrology.com, which is my website. And then I'm going to put these cards out like this. Wow. I don't get, reverse cards much anymore, so I'm always kind of like, wow, that's interesting. Let's see if I go like this. I'm going to... Okay, interesting. Now, with these types of readings, this is like a general focus, so I don't know if it's just me that I tend to always go into personal relationships. I seem to specialize in love readings inadvertently. I wasn't trying to, but it just seems that way. But I think that's because they're the most popular type of things that people are looking for. Relationship readings. In this case, it could be something that is related to your personal life, but I always try to also look at career matters. So let me just take these cards in that vein in both possibilities. The Hermit card in reverse is wisdom that is rejected. Now, it could be that the person is simply so lost in their quest for the opposite of the Hermit, which is the material world, that they are spiritually lost. And they are trying to find their transcendence or bliss in strictly the world, and it is causing them to lose sight of the bigger picture in their lives. That this is the heart of the matter in whatever is going on with some of you. Is Capricorn capable of that? Of course, because I'll tell you why. For several reasons. First of all, because you're an earth sign, and earth signs tend to value things that are tangible, and God is not tangible. So there's that thing of like, show me, prove to me that this is real. But also, the material realm is where a person gets those strokes, those ego strokes. Capricorn rules the 10th house of career, so there's that sense of prominence. The 10th house on top of the chart for the world, the stage that you're on, the part you're playing in this life. In this lifetime, that other people are seeing is what that 10th house that you rule represents. So that's where I'm going with this. And Capricorns are very ambitious. And yet, and I would say like people with the moon in Capricorn, a lot of times this can really come into play because of the emotional connection with what's happening. It's almost like this karmic thing. The sun in Capricorn, I think I've said this more than once, that I've noted that there are many gurus who are born under the sign of Capricorn, and I'm talking about from India and things like that. People that we know, Paramahansa Yogananda. I think Krishnamurti might be. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I know that there are. What was his name? Well, I'm not gonna go Vishnu Devananda. I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of people, and the point is that because of this, and Mayor Baba, not Mayor Baba, Maharishi is a Capricorn too. So what my feeling is that being prominent can also be you can do that even in a spiritual environment. So for sure, it doesn't mean that because somebody is successful that they can't be spiritual. I'm not saying that. But because Capricorn is the last earth sign, there is a sense of that wisdom of the earth element, and this involves the world. You know, Martin Luther King was a Capricorn, and even though he wasn't like, well, he was a religious leader too, in addition to being a political leader, he was a reverend. But my point is that there is this wise aspect to Capricorn, serious, you know, kind of like the weight of the world on your shoulders, and wanting it that way, that we associate with Capricorn, but sometimes people lose sight of the true reason that you're trying to better yourself. It's not so that you can get personal glory, it's so that you can help other people. And the best, wisest Capricorns understand this, and they're not about their personal glory. Like somebody like Martin Luther King, it wasn't about that. And he paid the ultimate sacrifice. So you're ruled by Saturn. That tends to bring about a disciplined person. But, you know, with discipline, there's this idea of things being set into, you know, this is where this goes, this is where that goes, organization. And it's very much associated, I think, with kind of that worldly mindset of like, okay, we have to have a certain schedule, we have to be very disciplined and timely, and time is an illusion. So this is why sometimes you might get lost. In the past position, we have the Empress card. Now, the first thing I was thinking of is the Temptress. So for some of you, you may have come across a woman who represented the pleasures of the flesh, and that caused you to lose your head, hence the current card of heartbreak. So that's one possible scenario. However, another possible scenario is because this is the card of motherhood, maybe that was something that some Capricorn women wanted to experience, but you were very ambitious, and now you feel like time has run out. Or your heart got broken with a relationship, and now you feel like, okay, now what? I thought this was going to be the one. I thought I was going to make a family with this person, and now I'm back to square one. Another person, it might be, the Empress card relates to creativity, so you may have turned your back on your artistic pursuits and the side of you in favor of materialism, and now you feel like you were betrayed by this this choice for whatever reason. And if we want to talk about people, you may have dealt with a person in the past who was a Taurus. Maybe you rejected a Taurus in favor of a screwed up Virgo. I don't know. I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff to the wall and see what sticks. The higher message is represented by by the way, I was thinking of swords, that the Libra is one of the swords. Maybe that was a Libra person who broke your heart, because now we have another swords card, but I have a feeling that it might be earth energy. I don't know. The higher message is the Four of Swords, which is about renewal. This is a kind of more of a solitary card, kind of like what the Hermit represents. But this is about even like physical replenishment. Like maybe you need to go somewhere and really take a rest. Maybe you've been through a lot of stress for some reason. But this is going to be, this isn't, let me see if I can find the Rider-Waite deck version of this card. I did this in my last set of readings, and someone said, you know, get on with the reading, or why are you showing us all your cards? And it was because I wanted to show that sometimes the Rider-Waite deck, Pamela Coleman's depiction, is more relatable. And if I can't find it in 2 seconds, I'm going to bail. But basically what it shows in the Rider-Waite deck is somebody who is like resting. I can't find it. I'm not going to waste your time here. But the thing about the Four of Swords is that you may have to actually do some physical recuperation for some reason. And what I wanted to show with that card is that it almost seemed like a spiritual thing because the hands were in prayer. This one doesn't show that. For some bizarre reason, this shows a knight. So, whatever. That seems very random to me. But, or a knight's helmet thingy. So, the card that crosses you is the Queen of Cups. This is a card of intuition, the double passive feminine energy, which is all about intuition and also softness, gentleness. Capricorn is a rather hard sign, hard-boiled. And I dare any of you to take offense at that. I'm not saying that in an insulting way. But your mentality, and I know because I've dealt with people, and it doesn't have to be the sun, it could be the rising sign, you know, moon, is like, suck it up, buttercup, you know, like, get over yourself when somebody is upset about something. Again, I'm being grossly, you know, overgeneralizing things. I understand that. But there is that Saturnalian quality of severity in the sense of like life. And I was going to say life sucks and then you die, but I don't really mean that. You know what I mean, is that you have to suck it up. And I kind of have a little bit of that in me as well. I'm not like really big on people who feel victimized because I have Mars in Capricorn, so maybe that's it. But I feel like it is what it is. You know, whatever your problem is, it is what it is. And I think you feel me on this. And this is saying you may have, in some situation, you may have turned your back on your heart's desire. And it could have been a person or it could have been a career choice because you were not listening to your intuition, to your heart. You were listening to your head. You were listening to that bean counter part of you that says, oh, you know, show me the money. How much, you know, what's the bottom line? What's the, what do they call it? Cost benefit ratio or whatever. And the thing is, if you're a Capricorn and you're an artist, it is a dilemma because you're going to be very torn and you may fear going on that path, the path, Robert Frost says, the path less traveled, because your tendency is to be traditional. And you may be thinking, what will my family think? You know, family is very important to Capricorn. And being nonconformist for a Capricorn is a tough one. And an artist is a nonconformist. In other issues involving love, you may have gone for somebody who was going to compliment you materially, or, you know, in terms of their placement in society, that they were going to boost your standings. And you may now regret it. You may realize maybe they broke your heart and you realize, I don't think they really know what love is anyway. And you don't want to be like that. So this is about honing your intuition, because this right now is a blockage card. The advice, or maybe what is coming in, is the Six of Swords. So this is moving to moving away to more peaceful land, or this could actually be physical relocation for some people. You may be leaving somebody who is an air sign. And Libra, it would be that one, not just because Libra is represented also by the Empress card in addition to Taurus, but because you're both cardinal signs. And cardinals and people of the same modality tend to be opposites that attract one another in a way. But so when you have two cardinal signs together, like you and Libra or you and Aries, it's really problematic because it's power struggles entail. And, you know, again, generalization. But it's like, who's going to be the top dog? Who's going to rule the roost, so to speak? With career matters, you may move on. You may decide to move on. Now, this is the outcome, the Eight of Pentacles. This could be somebody who is perfecting a craft. So whatever that is, maybe it's even a physical craft, maybe it's carpentry. And for instance, what if you always wanted to be a carpenter and your parents wanted you to go to college and, you know, become a lawyer or something, and you've always liked to work with your hands, and you decide to go for it and you're taking some kind of training. Or you could be becoming a yoga teacher, and maybe you were an elementary school teacher. Who knows? The point is that you may be getting training, working hard at something so you get better at it, or just working hard, not hardly working hard, and really maybe losing yourself in your work and having a lot of it to lose yourself in, which would be nice, I guess, if you're a Capricorn. And but it can be material success. It's just that you're going to be a busy beaver. Okay, Capricorn? Love, if this is a love situation, you may just be throwing yourself in your work. Maybe you've relocated, leaving another relationship. Maybe there's a Taurus person is back in the picture, because that could have been a Taurus person and now it's another person. The Swords person is the current situation. I don't know. But anyway, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this and have a great October. Bye.